Apex Legends is a popular video game in the battle royale genre, in which teams of 3 players drop onto a large island and try to be the last survivors. It stands out for its revolutionary communication system known as the ping wheel. The ping wheel is an in-game menu that can be accessed very easily to signify a large number of things to your teammates. Pinging something creates a visible mark on both the item pinged and on your teammates' minimaps. There's a variety of messages that can be conveyed with all the pinging options, from asking for a specific type of ammunition to showing your team that enemies have passed through a certain area.
I think someone's been here.
During this time, I will focus primarily on 2 different types of pinging in Apex Legends: the standard yellow ping,
Let's explore this way.
and the red enemy ping.
Hostile close.
A ping has a multitude of signifiers that accompany it. Firstly, there are the aforementioned visible signifiers, a yellow or red mark on screen and on your minimap. Additionally, there are 2 auditory signifiers, a short blip
Let's go
noise
this way.
and a voice line from the character who is pinging. The blip is quite loud and has a unique tone for the default and enemy pings.
Contact with hostile.
The voice line used by the character also changes for the different ping types, and there's a slight variety of things the characters say for each ping. For example, the character Pathfinder may say, "might be something good this way," or "let's go this way," when default pinging. The player has no control over which exact statement is said by the character in any given scenario. However, the player's teammates hear both the blip and the voice line when a ping is made. All of these signifiers are crucial in relaying information and messages to your teammates. Let's first talk about what is signified by a default ping. The most basic messages conveyed by a default ping is exactly what the characters say in-game.
Might be something good this way.
Something along the lines of, "Hey teammates, come with me," or "let's go over here." In this case, the blip's purpose is to get the attention of your teammates, and the visual signifiers serve to provide specific locational information of the ping. If the default ping is used on the dropship before the game begins, or is used in the process of skydiving onto the island, it can have a different meaning. Let's explore another example to elucidate. One of your teammates pings an area on the map to signify that they wish to land
Let's
there.
explore this way.
You can either signify your agreement in their choice by pinging the same area on the
Let's
map,
go this way.
or you can signify your disagreement by pinging a different area. You can signify an even stronger sense of disagreement by rapidly pinging
Let's
several
explore
different
this way.
areas, somewhat annoyingly, until the other player yields and pings a different area. Taking all of these different signifiers and things signified by pinging, Saussure would assert that the relationships between them are completely arbitrary. Visually, the pings could be a different shape, color, size, or transparency. Auditorily, the blip noise could be a different tone or volume, and the voice lines issued by the characters are already completely random. However, Saussure's understanding of linguistic science would not allow him to explain how one ping could have so many different meanings. His speech circuit model would fail in a situation where a player makes a ping and their teammate misinterprets what is being signified by said ping. Now, shifting gears a bit, let's discuss the other main type of ping, the enemy ping.
Making contact with enemy.
The enemy ping is most often made by double tapping the button used for the default ping, R1. It can also be made by looking at an enemy and pressing R1 once.
Contact.
The intended message signified by this ping is to call attention to nearby enemies to teammates, but has expanded to take on a ludicrous amount of different meanings in the culture of the game. Returning to my example of pinging from the dropship, if another player is expressing their disagreement with you with your landing opinion, you can counter them by rapidly pinging the area you want to drop.
Contact with target.
This will create a high volume of enemy pings in the area that you want to go, but it doesn't signify a large number of enemy players in that area. Rather, it will signify that you are not budging and that you will drop there regardless of what your team wants to do. When in the middle of a game, the enemy ping signifies entirely different things. For example, by enemy pinging a building nearby, you are
Making
signifying your
contact with enemy.
suspicions that either enemies are currently inside that building or have very recently been inside that building. In a gunfight, an enemy ping can help track the enemy team's movements through a building complex, or can signify the arrival of a third team, hoping to catch both teams off guard while they fight. Lemaire's sliding signifier directly fits the Apex ping system. As the game has evolved and people have spent more time playing it, different types of pings have taken on new meanings. The range of messages that can be relayed before and after dropping from the dropship are entirely unique, which fits her idea that the order of words is crucial in understanding their intended meaning. Additionally, she would place importance on the fact that a player intentionally pings in a specific way to signify something. Pinging at a different pace or location takes on new significance, just as intentionally choosing certain words in a sentence can change the meaning. Finally, an enemy ping can signify extreme frustration or anger at a teammate. For example, suppose a teammate is separated from you and your other teammate by his or her own choice, most likely to loot a different area of the map. Suddenly, you and your teammate are ambushed by a full team of 3 players. If you had both teammates with you, perhaps you could win the gunfight and move on, but alas, you and your teammate lose and are naturally frustrated with your negligent third teammate. Before you are completely eliminated from the game, you are put in a downed state, in which you could be potentially revived. You can still ping in this state, so it is common for the 2 downed players to use their last moments alive to annoy their teammate by constantly pinging the enemies that downed them. In this case, the enemy ping signifies their frustration with their teammate. Merleau-Ponty could easily apply his gesture of notion to the aggressive use of the enemy ping. He would argue that when a player spams the enemy ping, he or she is gesturing forth their anger at another player. Similarly, if a player starts getting shot at and instinctually pings an area of the bullets to notify their team, Merleau-Ponty would suggest that their ping serves as a gesture of their worry or fear in that situation. The sign of a ping is, in Merleau-Ponty's eyes, an emotion made outwardly manifest without prior thought influencing a player's decision to ping in a certain manner.